omelette, cheese, bacon. It's our third day here in Paris, and apparently it's Fashion Week. We both used to actually work for publishing. I used to be a magazine editor, Ralph was a photographer, so it's actually something that's super interesting to us. We happened to walk into a show yesterday at the Centre Pompidou, which is a Stella McCartney show, and now we're gonna check out another fashion show and see if we can see more of the action. What's it been like shooting street photography here in Paris?
It's nice to do some photo again, put the photographer hat on. Been doing video for a while, so it's nice to switch it up.
This is cool. Look at this entrance. It's so interesting.
This place looks like a Shotengai, which is a small Japanese shopping street.
We made it. I think the show is over here. C'est une petite rue. Ah.
I work. No, no, you. I'm talking about the guy.
People screaming. Whoa. It's a really different kind of Paris trip.
Beef bourguignon intermission.
Let's try this. Seems great. Vitamin. After all the Fashion Week craziness, you can sit in the park and relax.
Like two baguettes walking through a park, trying to find our way through the butters.
Did she care who? Yeah. Am I wrong to say or you can enter by the other way, because this is not the only way to enter to this area. So I don't know which way they're gonna close. If my brand is a airport company, if my brand is a restaurant, like what is the colors?
How is it?
Yes. It's cold, rich, and Thailand.
Elle a chopé la briochette.
Ok. Ok. Ouais, merci beaucoup.
Filipino dish called kare-kare.
Merci.
It's like guts, sausage.
How many of these do you do every day?
On the big day,
200 to 300. Oh wow.
200 and 300.
That's a lot.
It was
So this is the first time that I've had a crepe this way. I've already eaten a bit of the top. The outer area is all crispy cheese and it's full of mushrooms, caramelized onions, and spinach. Let's try this.
So this area is more about the food, I think, centered around the marche. And we have the famous galette, famous jambon over there.
Of course, it wouldn't be a complete day in Paris without a park pit stop. We're just sitting here enjoying the sun after our lunch. What are your thoughts on Paris so far?
I definitely like exploring Paris now that we're in our 30s. I think Paris energy is unmatched. There's a lot of randomness, but it's like polished randomness. It's beautiful, it's gritty, there's food every corner. What are your thoughts in Paris?
I think it took a while for us to get the groove of the city. At first it was a bit overwhelming. There's a lot that's going on. It's very bustling. But after being here for a few days and getting used to the vibe and the way that people, I don't know, just hang out, it's grown on me. People in Paris I also find are nicer than people say they are. A lot of people have this impression that they're kind of rude or cold, but I actually find them very friendly. The service is really good, at least in all the places that we've been to. And I can see why it's such an inspirational city to visit for people. Like, the fashion is so good, just people watching, being around all these old buildings, the art, it's such a vibe.
just not polite.